Welcome, Kaylee with Khaos Bikes here. Today I'm just putting together a quick video for you so you can see how I fix two-stroke pipes. It's pretty cool, and I figured a few people have asked, so check it out. Now, this customer brought in a pipe, and this pipe is absolutely destroyed. Looks like it's been hit with a rock or a baseball in several spots. Now, this pipe actually needed some welding repair. We're not going to cover that in this video today, but all you need to know is that's the repair right there, and you need to do your best when welding to seal off the pipe so it doesn't leak, because the pipe needs to hold pressure to be able to do this repair. Nice KTM 300 pipe. Seen better days. You're going to put the pipe in a vise. Make sure it's got a good grip on it. You don't want it moving around too much. Now, I made these custom brackets. I call them tools to do pipe repair. I'm just grabbing those now. So you're going to see you need a scientific stopper. They come in different sizes. You're going to have to measure the engine side of your pipe. I'm also using an exhaust clamp, some bolts, some washers, some nuts, and a couple of plates of metal. Here's the other side. Now you'll see I have bolts welded together at the heads, so you can screw them in separate places while remaining still the same length overall. And so the other plate here for the other side, we're going to fill it with air. You got a piece of dirt bike tube there, and some holes in the plates for various configurations. A little tip I figured out while I was working on this today: if you take a washer, you stick it over your valve stem before you put it through your plate of metal, it's going to give you a bit of a better surface to seal when you put this all together. And make sure you use the valve stem nut to hold it all together there. It's got some vulcanizing rubber, but you'll see the washers in the middle there. Now you're going to have to weld the nuts to the exhaust clamp to get this done, but once you do, you mount the exhaust clamp to your pipe, you take your rubber stopper, then you screw down your first plate. I recommend using a bunch of washers. It never hurts to have more than you need. That way you have a whole bunch of clearance, and it allows you to not have to screw around taking things apart several times. Now, of course, you want to tighten everything down, make sure it's secure. There's going to be a lot of pressure on this setup here. Now, the stopper doesn't have to be in super tight. Once it's in there, it makes a pretty good seal. We're going to work on the other side here. Now, each pipe is different. You're going to have to configure this slightly different on every pipe. So sometimes there's a bit of jimmy rigging. That's why I've made this piece of tool adjustable as possible. Most pipes are relatively similar, so you can lock it on to the end there, and you want to check to make sure that it's relatively lined up and straight. Again, tighten everything down. Now, you may need to do this a couple of times to get it adjusted just right, but then you can go ahead and you can put your valve stem on, and that washer is going to make a great seal against the outside of the pipe there on the edge. Super low hassle job. Tighten that down. That one's really important. It's got to be super tight. Now you're going to want to fill it up with air. Start small, make sure it's not leaking, and then fill it up and get it up to 80 psi is a good place to start. I find 80 to 100 tends to work, but the higher you go, the more danger there is involved. And once you get that pipe full of air, start heating up the dents. Start with the smaller dents first. That way it allows heat to kind of transfer to the pipe, so you're not going super hard right on the big dents right away. As you can see, it starts to pop out relatively quickly, and you can get these dents looking almost like new. I'm going to go ahead and move the back side of the pipe now. It's a little bit more tricky. That crease you got there in the middle really makes this quite a difficult job. You have to be pretty tactful with how you're using the flame. you go a little too hard on one part or another too quickly without the heat transferring, you can end up with worse cracks and breaks in the pipe than you had to begin with. It causes major problems when you're doing a repair. Now moving on to the underside of the pipe. Same process here. Pretty straightforward. Get the edges super hot, move into the middle. And slowly it starts to come out, just like that. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, the massive dents in this pipe. You can see the heat's already started to push it out, but I've got this on 3 times speed so you can really see the effect of when it starts to pop here. Now I've lost some of the pressure in the pipe due to a tiny pinhole that was very, very difficult to repair after the weld. So by this point I was running pretty low on pressure, and I decided it's probably best if we put some more pressure into the pipe. And as soon as the pressure goes into the pipe, as you see I'm just heating everything up to make sure we don't get a break. As soon as the pressure goes into the pipe, boom, it pops it out. And of course some more heat. Try to get the last of these folds removed from the pipe. A little bit more heat, a little bit more pressure, and bang, it comes right out. Looking pretty good. I'm just gonna hit that KTM logo again. Make sure that it's popped out, and let's have a look. Oh yeah, but before you do anything, you have to get rid of that hot air out of the pipe. Don't forget about it. Don't start pulling this thing apart without it. Once that air's out, your pipe is repaired. Thanks for watching. If you guys want me to go into part 2 about how to fix pipes with welds or anything else, if you like this video, let me know in the comments. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications to see new videos as they come out. Catch you next time.